What up, Bam? Here we are, guys. Nifty Culture. Welcome, everybody. Today, this is for the happy hour. We got Mal, Mike, and Pio, the crew. What's up, guys?
What's up, Rob?
You
Hey.
missed the Kanye West Donda live stream on Apple Music last night. What the heck were you thinking?
I think I was asleep with the kids, bro.
Bro, the
Should've woken me up,
Gap
man.
jacket.
You should have called me.
No, it was so good. I fell asleep because I had a couple tequilas. But Natalie stayed up with me for a while. It was awesome. You know, I watched the rest this morning. Jay-Z came on the end and was talking about bringing back the throne. This morning, Gap released the Yeezy jacket, and they changed their logo to Yeezy, YZY. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Pull that
$200.
up. Let's see that.
Oh, it's gone now, dude.
Right now. Oh, it's sold out.
I'll pull it up in a few minutes. We're talking about NFTs. We need to get in a room. All Ether said that he's working on getting us in a room with Kanye, and he's full of it. It's never going to happen.
The most ridiculous claim I've ever heard. All Ether is a friend of the show, but if he said that to me, I'd be like, "Why are you lying to me?"
Yeah, but there's the Gap logo. There's the hold on, let me take that off. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that looks cool.
When are they going to start pumping out some nifties? I mean, I guess Jay-Z's into them now. There's tons of like celebrities moving into nifties. When are they going to start doing their own drops of sweet collectible artwork? That's the real question.
I mean, Jay-Z's already published one of his. I forget which auction house, but I think Kanye is not far behind. He can't be too far behind. Like, it's got to be this year. Why wouldn't you? I think this is the type of thing that keeps momentum going. I think one of the things that we haven't talked about that I think we've missed is that. Like, they just changed the rules for college athletes. I think Hunter and Pio talked about it briefly, but Lewis shared that with us, one of our good friends from college, a few weeks ago. And it's actually in our Discord's news feed where like college athletes now, like, think about if you're a freshman and like you can create an NFT, and if you're betting on yourself and can be super successful, like, what are the things that you do? Yeah, Mila Kunis, like, that was crazy. I don't know if you guys saw that. That's huge news where Ashton Kutcher, let me finish the college thing. I'm all over the place today, but the college athletes being able to like bet on themselves down is crazy. And like NFTs present a logical platform for them to control that narrative, and it's just really interesting to see what they do, and if they can use this medium as a way to support themselves both short-term and long-term, similar to how LaMelo Ball did. You know, he launched his NFT before he won Rookie of the Year, and now because he won Rookie of the Year, he's doing different things.
What's the story with Mila and Ashton?
So Ashton Kutcher is like, it's like blockchain with Mila, and like he's just recording himself.
I did see that, yeah.
Yeah, and then he's like, "What is Ethereum?" And then so Mila Kunis comes in and says, "Oh, it's this," and she's just being funny. And then he says, "Hey, babe, what is Ethereum?" And then he flips it, and Vitalik is sitting in the room with Ashton and Mila, and he's going on this diatribe in true Vitalik form, which we appreciate now, describing what Ethereum is. And then it cuts to Ashton and Mila and like 6 unannounced artists are creating these marijuana cat, we just got demonetized, NFTs that are going to be coming out in the next couple weeks. So it's pretty cool that they're embracing this. It's exciting to see.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that Ashton Kutcher, I think I said on a previous stream that Ashton Kutcher would be the next celebrity to get in because he's so tech savvy. He's like a tech investor. I'm not surprised by that at all. It looks like he also did something here with Mark Cuban. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, right before we brought you on as a partner of the business, they launched. It was Mark Cuban, Gary Vee, and a few others, and Ashton Kutcher, where they basically did a call for papers for companies to apply for their NFT investment, where they're going to give companies up to $1 million. We chose not to for obvious reasons. But it's interesting that Ashton was early. I'm shocked he stayed quiet as long as he did. But now we know why.
Yeah. So I need some help from you guys. All right. So everybody knows that I'm not the best at selling NFTs for a profit. I'm not a short-term trader. I'm a Bitcoin hodler. I'm a Bitcoin hoarder. I'm a Tesla stock hoarder. I'm going to be richer than everybody in 15 years because I do that and I don't ever sell anything. But in the short term, it would be cool and fun to be able to actually flip a damn NFT and make some money. So if you look here, right, the cocks, the two mighty cocks, Danny's cocks, those are off limits. We're not selling those. Those are staying in the wallet. Those are staying on display. Everyone's going to see the glorious cocks for what they are, okay? When we look at everything else can go except the Sapphire top dog staying. And honestly, I think these two top dogs are probably staying too because I like the Top Dog project. Not financial advice. Top Dog does not pay us, but I own these 3 top dogs and I really like the founders. We had them on the show before. They seem to know what they're doing and, they're down to show their faces. So I'm going to keep those. I'm going to ride that out. But I'm wondering, do I liquidate this ape gang and the 2 Fame Lady squads just to cut losses, get some ammo to fire into a new project and try to actually make a profit? What do you guys think?
What'd you pay for the ape gang?
I think the ape gang was maybe 0.1 and now the floor is 0.05. So just like a very typical buy the top and just fail.
Okay.
I think the ape gang could come back. I think the ladies are strong too. Like, I think you just hold tight. Here's the question. What project would you be hopping into? Like, that's the most important question.
You're right. There's nothing right now, but what happens in the next 36 hours?
That's true. Whelps is going to drop at some point in the immediate future, and it's got a pretty interesting concept, and it's a team that's been through a couple projects now, so I'll probably jump into Whelps when it comes out. I kind of like the evolution aspect. The rules are pretty complicated, so I haven't really wrapped my head around the whole system yet, but I think that one is probably going to be at least as much of a hit as these other ones. As far as stuff that's already out there, me and Malachi both like the tiny mice one, just because the art is high effort. I still don't understand what the mice can be used for.
Well, the roadmap came out today, but it's Tiny Legends, and like, here's the thing: is like there's like 1,000 of the tiny mice, and there's going to be 1,000 tortoises and 1,000 of like they have like 5 more coming out, so it'll be like 5,000. But I can tell you all that like the biggest project and once again, I want to make sure I don't sound like I'm pumping because I'm wrong more than I'm right. I was right once, and it was the apes. I feel the same about the Tiny Legends as I did about the apes, where I looked at it, and it's because I was a big fan of a lot of books when I was growing up, and Mossflower and all of those types of things. So my thing is like, do you liquidate to have? That's the other thing is you don't know what's going to come tomorrow. Like, Hash Demons could surprise Bulls on the Block, and then you can flip. I can tell you, I had a bad week flipping some NFTs, and I should have been more patient. I do think that if you were willing to flip, I think a Sup Duck is probably a good one. Sass talks about it quite a bit. We'll get him back on. He's decompressing from some of that, but I think there's still some Sup Ducks that are fairly cheap. I think personally, the quality of the art, the look of the art is pretty good. That would be one that's already released that I would think about. Other than that, I'm a little bit cautious right now on the near term. I think we're entering that period where I talked about it on a previous stream where the avatar projects have all come. And then like now there's people that are good at coding that are throwing out more goats and more like zoo animals. But what we're also seeing is that the utility plays like crypto raiders and others are now reaching a point of maturity. Like if you had bought a Tammy for 0.015, like now a Tammy's going for 0.1, and that's based on a promise of utility. They're moving to Matic. So I think we're entering this phase now, and it's not an endorsement of crypto raiders by any means. But what I'm saying is that like now we're going to see more utility. Zed Run got $20 million. There's actually breaking news. OpenSea is beta testing, letting people use fiat to buy NFTs, which is crazy. There's just a lot of stuff going on. But if you're going to buy a project that's already out, I think the Sup Ducks, and I'm always wrong. I've flipped a lot of Sup Ducks for a loss, and I wish I hadn't. But they're cool art. It reminds me of like Rocco's Modern Life when I was, a younger kid having fun. It's high quality.
I like the quality of this artwork a lot too, and I've been saying that. I'm on record saying that. I would definitely get one. The only thing is I'm just worried that the bottom is going to fall out on the avatar craze, because like when you start to see some of the newer avatar stuff that comes out and it's just like another animal, like literally just another animal, like at least with this one, there's pretty just strong art all the way around that's very original and that you don't see with other stuff. But yeah, I'm just kind of concerned because the market's like cooled off over a couple days. Maybe it's just like a short pullback and the avatar specific bull run goes, but I would not be surprised at all if we see a shift into something like you're talking about, a game style thing, something with like real actual utility, not like buzzword utility, but real utility. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, I think that's kind of the key here. So like we're already getting to the point with saturation where it's like, hey, I bought a duck. Well, which duck? And hey, I bought a bear. Well, which bear? And hey, I bought a dog. Well, which dog? Like it's not just the farm animal thing. It's like it's all the animals are already like two. And what happens when we get the third round? I can't think of anything that's a third round of the same animal yet, but it's just a matter of time before we start hitting 3, 4. So like the only place, like you can compete on art for a while, but art is pretty subjective. But I think the only place to compete at this point is on the utility. So will there be another My Fucking Pickle where it's like just literally only art, nothing else? I think we're definitely beyond that. So I think people, any project that comes out and it's like minimal effort like that, I think is gonna. I mean, people might still buy all of them just to speculate. I don't know, but they're definitely not going to be long-term plays. So I think. So just to finish my point, I just think like utility is definitely going to be the differentiator. Like people are practice or working on like the advanced contract stuff, like the evolution that I mentioned in Whelps. People are trying out stuff with DAOs. People are trying out stuff with games. So all this second layer is being applied to all these projects. And so I think that's where the competition is right now. And I don't think it's clear what is the best value creator in that second level yet.
Yeah, I think like the big challenge that we have right now is that like we need to hold the roadmaps to be more accountable. There's two contradictory ideas where one is we're incredibly early and we're trying to find, on average, there's about 6,000 to 15,000 wallets that transact on OpenSea per day. And we know that, and that's a fact. Now, are those new wallets? We're still working on that data. And what's interesting to think about is what does that growth look like? So if there's a bunch of people that come in and the apes are 10 ETH, do they go after a Sup Duck? And now the Sup Ducks slowly crawl their way up to 4 ETH. And then what do people do with the money that are already mature in the ecosystem? Do they keep betting on the future new investors where, okay, if there's 1 million more people coming in, can I keep investing in these avatar projects? Because I could, if I buy it for 0.03 and flip it for 0.15, and I do that 1,000 times, I'm incredibly wealthy. And these new people are looking for great avatars. And this goes back to the statement of like, only buy things you love, only buy things you like, only buy things you support, and you'll be okay. But simultaneously, there's that John was on with Ether cards today. We've looked at some of the Axie Infinity stuff. So there are mature utility projects already out there, but there's going to be so many more utility ideas that are coming very quickly. And so I think there's two simultaneous things that are going on right now, that there's a lot of attention where new money is still coming in to NFTs. And if you think about if people can buy a Sup Duck for $250 of fiat, they might be more willing than to say, okay, now I have to figure out what a MetaMask is. I have to figure out how to fund it. I have to figure out how to do this. If OpenSea can figure out the fiat thing, I think it's going to be a game changer for the future of non-fungible tokens. But the jury's still out as to when that fully rolls out.
What about credit cards? Are they talking about letting people use credit cards or just cash?
Yeah, credit cards. Nifty Gateway.
You saw what happened last time, dude. Oh my God. That'll be a wild, wild ride. And like, yeah.
But here's the thing is, like, if people don't want to be stuck holding bags, like, how, we all have friends, and I'm sure everyone that's commenting in this thread is either has been burned or has a friend that has been burned, and is like F NFTs. And so when you think about that aspect, is like, and Pio, you made a comment when we were talking about it before. It's like, if you don't believe in a project and you're flipping out of it quickly, like you're tossing your bag to somebody else. Is that good or bad? Like, not you personally doing it. Like, we've all done it where we're like, oh, cool. Like, I don't believe in this project anymore. I want to get out of it as quickly as possible. Stock traders do that all the time. But when you think about, the wallets and the fact that everything that we all do is very, very public, like us trying to get out of bags means someone else has to hold it. And there's going to be people stuck holding bags of projects that didn't succeed. And so there's some responsibility that has to come with that. And so there's a lot of confusion right now in this immature market. And we all need to be better about how we're embracing and choosing what we're investing in. Because if I invest in a bad project and I sell it, and right now I'm going to change it, but I represent Nifty Culture on OpenSea, and I shouldn't, because it is 5 owners that represent the brand. But if I sell something for a loss and someone else can never sell it again, I represent that, and that's a big deal. And we try to be transparent with everybody, and that's something for everyone to think about.
Yeah, I think the dollar thing, or the credit card thing, is interesting because as we saw with Nifty Gateway, as soon as you start dealing with US dollars, fiat, basically you have all the fiat problems. It's good for how accessible it is, but it also means, like, how are they going to deal with people where it's like, those people are using OpenSea because Nifty Gateway wouldn't accept those people. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. My guess is that it's going to be a dollar to Ethereum conversion situation, if I had to guess. That way they can kind of sidestep it a little bit, and basically all the transactions are still going to be bust over to Ethereum platform, versus like them doing the omnibus thing where they're holding on to the pieces for people, which will run into those regulatory problems. So it'll be interesting to watch. Like, I think the regulatory aspect might kind of tamper the impact a little bit. But that being said, like, being an ETH player in that market actually is a bit of an advantage, because if somebody does a drop, or there's like pieces that you're trying to buy in a collection, and that other guy has to have OpenSea do its best job to automatically get the dollars into Ethereum, whereas I can manually set gas prices and dust them transaction-wise, then it still will be beneficial to be an ETH person. On Nifty Gateway, it's kind of backwards. If you're an ETH person, you're kind of at a disadvantage, because that's a fundamentally dollar-based system, and they're just doing the conversion from Ethereum to dollars for you. So it's a little bit backwards on Nifty Gateway. So it'll be interesting to see how OpenSea plays out.
Rob, Yeah, Jonathan Thunder just popped in. I want to call that out. That's our guy. Shout out, Jonathan.
Dude,
Rob,
Jonathan's
like,
awesome, bro. I mentioned that. I was like, dude, I love his art. He's up in Oklahoma. Jonathan, we're down in Dallas. We love you. It's awesome. I want to come see you up there, man. I
Hey,
love this stuff.
Pio's coming into town in like 2 weeks. Jonathan,
Yeah.
let's all get
He's
together.
not in
your
Oklahoma. He's not in Oklahoma. Stop saying he's in Oklahoma. He's in Minnesota. I think he was in Oklahoma. Jonathan,
Okay.
please comment on your location, your whereabouts. Everybody wants to know. I'm 99% sure the answer is not Oklahoma. But my question to Rob is, are you drinking booze out of a pitcher right now? Jonathan
just
said
bigger
I
in Texas, man. Everything's just bigger here.
I want to
comment.
I want to say one thing real quick about what Mike said is like I think that they're going to do a Uniswap type thing where like there's going to be, you pick your threshold of like 3 to 5 to 10%. Like, so if the price of Ethereum moves very quickly during the transaction, or maybe they make you buy USDC and then do it. I don't know what that's going to do, but like there's really clean ways to get fiat into crypto, especially with some of the USDC type coins. There has to be that swap type function. And I think OpenSea, to be a true crypto platform, has to incorporate some of that.
And they already have the swap. They already have the swap mechanisms in for like WETH and USDC. So maybe it will be more. And
Matic.
Oh yeah, that's true. I haven't done any Matic transactions yet, so I need to try that just for educational sake.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to me that, like, if you look right at the top 5, Bored Ape Yacht Club expected, Bored Ape Kennel Club, big time comeback. So, props to Bored Ape Kennel Club.
Something's going on there. Some people know something, and we don't know what it is yet, unfortunately.
Bored Ape Gators. Gators. You're getting a free gator. Not financial advice. No.
Is that true?
I'm trying to will it. No, it's not true. It's just like if you go to Bored Ape Yacht Club, there's a picture of a dog. Like if you look at the header image, there's a picture of a dog and a gator's like trying to attack it. And so for me, I'm like, if I was to do something, I would give a gator and then you can say the Bored Ape Gator Bayou or whatever, like Bored Ape Swamp Gators. Like there's a lot of different things that you can do. And I don't know if it's true or not. I'm trying to will it into existence because there's only 3 animals on that picture, and it's dogs, apes, and gators. So who knows?
Okay. Maybe it's a gator. The airdrop technique is definitely proving to be valuable. Mike, what were you going to say?
Oh, just you heard it here first. If it turns out to be gators, then everybody take Malachi. But don't make any plays based on that advice, please.
You heard about apes here first too.
That's true. We were the first people on apes. Maybe we just have a sixth sense for what the animal's going to be, and so Malachi's gut feel is gator, but we'll see.
We'll have to see.
No one's done gators, have they? Is that in the zoo yet? I don't think that's in the zoo yet.
Makes sense.
Gator. They're not in the zoo. No alligators, no gators. I don't know why these. Yeah, the reptiles are getting slept on. I don't know. Or I guess I don't know if that's a reptile. All right. So then CryptoPunks number 3, obviously expected. Art blocks, given it's such a massive platform with so many different, types of pieces, I'm not surprised that that's a top 5. Then you just see Sup Ducks, then Zed Run, kind of the same deal as Art blocks, and then Cool Cats. So Cool Cats holding strong, but fell out of like the top 5 spot. But Sup Ducks, holding strong solely based on art. Am I correct? There's nothing else really there that's like that groundbreaking, right? It's literally just the art, right?
Well, I'm going to be controversial, and I love John Wingate, President HODL, and he's one of the best people in the world. And we're gonna air our laundry and just come out. And this was unplanned, unexpected, but President HODL.
What's about to happen?
President HODL is a good friend of Rob's, and President HODL's been involved with Bank Social. Bank Social is involved with FaZe Banks, who was also involved in selling a CryptoPunk for 50 ETH and swapping it for a duck. And there was a lot of controversy around that. And so it's important for us, just because of that association, to just come out. We had nothing to do. We had no idea. We had nothing involved. But Also, sophisticated art speculator decided to go and do some investigative journalism, which created some friction. And Banks created a meme with a duck telling him to DM him now. And now, Nick did the right thing for the community. And so it's just important for us to let everyone know, like, we weren't involved in any of these projects. We bring cool people on to talk about cool stuff. John Wingate's one of the best people in the world, and he's passionate about a project he's involved in. And so there's just a lot of stuff going on with that. Now, that's all to say that, like, that was all like with the Ducks. Like, there was all this drama going on. And this is one of the problems with all the projects. But the Ducks have objectively good art, and I think it's an awesome project, and I want it to be successful. I own a duck, and I bought a duck at 0.21, and I want it to be a good project, and I hope it's good. I think I said it before, but Rocco's Modern Life, it reminds me of some of that really high quality stuff. So I don't know, Rob, do you have any comments on anything associated with that?
I haven't seen it yet. Sup Ducks? I have to look at it.
Oh, we had it up while you were gone.
This is the Sup Ducks.
Yeah,
This is what they look like.
It's
like
cool.
that. I like Ren and Stimpy type stuff.
Yeah, it's a decent
like this
duck. It
stuff.
definitely plays. Yeah, it plays on like the '90s cartoon style, which is
It's
probably
different,
why I
cool,
like it.
Different. I like it too. Like
It's
that.
duck
Yeah.
number 2 for if you got your like Rolodex of all the different animals. There's the ducks by the pond or whatever it was, and then these are Sup Ducks, so it's duck number 2. So they're not the first mover in the duck world, but the art is definitely slightly better than the previous ducks.
Do y'all want to talk about
ducks.
do y'all want to talk about goat drama?
Oh, the goat
Goats.
drama. Hey, but
I do like goats.
we can talk about goats because that's also a lot of drama this week. But I like the art block stuff. We had it up for a second, and those are kind of that is its own thing that's like starting to pick up a lot of momentum. So
It's
I think
hot.
art blocks needs to be on everybody's radar. Like, there was some crazy stuff that let's come back to art blocks.
No, let's stay on art blocks.
Okay,
No, I was
art
shaking my
blocks.
head because like I tried to buy one today, and I put in
Show me one.
1400
All
way, and I didn't get it.
So art blocks are pretty unique. Each different piece, there's a lot of different artists, a lot of different pieces, and they have a lot of different functions and stuff. Like, some people are putting some games in there. It's almost like its own marketplace, sort of. I don't know. What's a better way to describe it?
No, it is. It's generative art. It's awesome. These squiggles are incredible. I've actually owned a few art blocks. I just pasted PO1 that I still own. But the issue with like art blocks is that it shows the flaws of Ethereum, and that there was a 14,000 Gwei transaction that didn't even make it through today.
Yeah, somebody put
because
$800 on gas. How much was that original piece he was trying to buy? Like
0.1.
0.1. So a guy is spending 0.43 ETH to buy a 0.1 ETH piece, and the transaction failed because multiple people were in the same block trying to buy that art block, and he just got it. Not rug. I don't want to say rug pull, but he got the wind out of his sails.
Ethereum network pulled out of him.
Yeah, he got the Ethereum network rug pull. So yeah, that guy's out 0.43 ETH because he.
It's crazy
Because he was, going on Ethereum, right? Rob,
was
you probably
going
should
big.
use the Lightning Network, right, buddy? The Lightning Network probably would have been a little bit more effective. I don't know.
That's right.
You've been working on it for quite a while.
Mhm.
years.
Next week's going to be wild because I think Trevor's coming on Monday. He's a Bitcoin maximalist, talking about NFTs on blockchain, on
Let's
Bitcoin.
go.
Tom Bilyeu's an expert. Like, we have two of the biggest names coming on next week, but like sticking to which is wild. I still can't believe it. I told Tom this morning I was shocked that he's coming on. He's like, "Don't be shocked. This is awesome." I'm like, "Thank you so much." But anyway, this Art Blocks is a cool project, and they're all generative. And they've got curated art blocks. They have non-curated art blocks, and it's just interesting to see like the artist community. There's a gentleman named Larry who's historically been an art curator, and he is throwing 2,000 gwei just trying to get these art blocks. Like there's so much momentum around it, and I think that there's some big artists that are behind some of these that we don't even know about yet. And like I'm not pumping it because like it's going to be impossible for people to get, but it feels like Nifty, and this is a bad thing, but it feels like Nifty Gateway in February when they didn't have the drawing mechanism yet. And if you don't click buy now within the first 6 seconds and set your gas to 1,000 or 1,500, you don't get it. And the art blocks right now are one of the biggest pieces, but they have requirements with the generative art that create these cool ecosystems. This is one of mine. I'm actually going to delist it because I forgot I had it listed, but there's so many cool ideas around all of this, and it's a fun project. I recommend everybody take a look at art blocks because each project is truly unique. And Hunter was on with UPO, and a lot of people just look at the picture that's up here, right? When you're minting to any of the platforms, you have to do two things. You have to upload a JPEG, and then you can upload the media. And the media could be generative, it could be a video, it could be anything else. And oftentimes when we're talking about stuff, we just upload the JPEG. And then you look at the Yeti, which was donated by Danny. Shout out to Danny.
Danny thinks it's funny to figure out what our wallets are, then send us Yetis. It's like his prank.
Danny sends us his garbage. And this is
your favorite NFT, Malachi. So everybody, Malachi tells me one-on-one, he's like, hey, look, don't ever bring this up on stream. Don't tell anyone. But the Yeti is my favorite NFT of all time. And now I'm breaking it to the world. Everyone can know that this is Malachi's top one NFT.
I still didn't say that Yetis were going to be bigger than apes. I went through hours watching our footage.
You look. I wish that you had told me you were going to do that. I would have told you to pull out some highlights so I can make like a mix video. Instead, you're just looking to see if somehow you one time mentioned that Yetis were going to be bigger than apes, which you definitely did not say.
I think it was Danny who was like, I like Yetis more than apes, I think is what he said. So I think the quote may have been said, but I think it was maybe not Malachi and maybe Danny. But I don't want to throw Danny under the bus. He likes stuff right off the bat, and then he thinks about it more, and then he really makes good calls, like when he has had some time to process stuff. But yeah, those are hilarious. But if you want to prank somebody, then see if we can get the floor on Yetis to go up a little bit. So the best way to prank someone is to buy a Yeti and then send it to them. So that way, when they're on a stream or something, or someone's checking out their wallet, they're like, "You still have a Yeti? What do you have that for?"
Yeah, and now I have pulled up 180 degrees in the opposite direction. Malachi's absolutely badass orange DAO background, sushi dead ape, so dope, shirtless. How much you think this thing could sell for right now, Malachi? What's the worth of this bad boy?
Maybe 10, but I'm gonna actually, and this isn't planned, but I'm actually gonna say, anyone that joins our Discord and says, I joined this Discord because of this moment, when we open the Dead Ape Sushi Bar after Nifty Culture gets incredibly successful, you will eat free sushi in our sushi bar in Dallas whenever you're there. So throwing that out there.
You hear that?
We need to make a free sushi token, and then we will send it to whoever.
Comment and you'll get the free sushi token whenever we launch it.
No, you got to recognize that this is, you heard it here when we talked about the dead sushi ape. Malachi is absolutely badass ape. Malachi, how dope were the other two apes that you minted that you sold early before everyone knew what the story was? And I'm not trying to make you go through pain. I'm just genuinely curious, how dope were they?
Not like that. So it was one of these weird things. Like I had just gotten into OpenSea, and I actually was talking to Mike earlier and showing him my MetaMask. And I had just gotten into, OpenSea, and I saw one of the Nifty Gateway people on Twitter just had thrown out an ape, and then I saw like 4 more, and it was right before, literally, I got lucky, and I saw this ape, and I bought one for 0.11, I think, and then I bought another one for 0.2, and then I bought another one for 0.22, and so I had 3, and at the time I'm new to NFTs outside of Nifty Gateway, and I'm just sitting there, and my wife is like, "Did you buy me an ape?" And I'm like, yeah, one of these three is yours. And then they all pump to like 0.5. And I'm like, oh, like this is odd. Like if you, even in the Nifty Gateway days, you see it, like if you bought something for 500 and it sold for 1,000 or 2,000, you're like, oh wow, like this is really cool. Like we're not going parabolic. Well, we were, but it was Boss Logic and others that were like just going astronomical at the time. So I'm sitting there like, okay, like no one else knows about OpenSea. The fact that I can get 0.5 for these apes, it's a no-brainer. But this one was never up for grabs for me, and so I kept it. And there's a lot of people that have regret. Like if you knew that, what was that? That was the same weekend that we first talked to you. We were on escape velocity for our first videos before you became a partner of Nifty Culture. And I was just ape. And now here we are where the floor on apes is like 0.8. Excuse me, 8 Ethereum. I'm used to having to put the point in. But it's also like, this is something for people to consider. And I'm sorry I'm on a lot of diatribes. It's been a really long week. But there's going to be another ape. And it may not be the apes, and it won't be the CryptoPunks. But as more and more people come into this space, there's going to be another project for people to collect. And so, CryptoPunks may always be king, apes may always be queen. There's going to be that next one, and there's always going to be that next. And Danny talks about it a lot, where he's really passionate about the cats being third. And there's arguments to be had on both sides. But the thing is, like, it's not, if you didn't get an ape, you're out and you're not going to get it. As more and more people come in, there's going to be another successful project. Wow, like that's pickles. Awesome. Escape velocity. Yeah, I'm glad.
Zyphy's an OG. He's been watching since the escape velocity day. Shout out to Zyphy. You're the man, bro. Well, yeah, I love hearing the history of like how you got into the apes. At that time, I was coming off of just holding bags on Nifty Gateway like so bad, like put in 20K, come away with like 4K. I mean, I never sold anything. I'm diamond hands on all of it. So it's not like I've actually realized any losses, but I was just like, dude, you can make content on NFTs right now, but you can't put more money in NFTs, even though I love the apes. But I was like, dude, I just can't do it. Little did I know that was like the very, very beginning of the most epic avatar bull run that's going to lead to multiple goats and dogs and ducks and whatever. But I did want to switch gears a little bit. Wait, as Zyphy said, I'll always miss the moments where it was just me and you, PO. All right, brother, man. That's pretty funny. But if I wanted to switch gears to VeVe, because I suspect, from what I've learned literally in the past like week from Rob and from some of the people that Rob's been talking to on stream, that VeVe is an incredibly slept on opportunity for flipping specifically. Everybody's obsessed with flipping. I feel like no one talks about VeVe in the context of flipping except for some YouTubers like VeVe Flipper, who we had on our channel this week to talk to Rob. And Rob, can you clarify? It seems like there's real opportunity to make serious profit on VeVe right now. What's the story? What's going on there?
I'm telling you, man, everyone's sleeping on it, dude. I participated in the drop today, of course. It was specifically for the Comic-Con drop today. So everyone knows the Comic-Con at home is today. You can check it out on their page. You still have access to it and via all the Discords. But participating in the drop today, the VeVe drop, they had 2 that were for today. Wait, hold on. When's the Mondo drop? Is that tomorrow? Probably tomorrow. So they had 2 drops just today, of course, sold out immediately. And I was lucky that I got one of the Jade Cthulhu idols. Just like VeVe Flipper, they were talking about.
Yeah, I remember when he said that.
Yeah.
Dozer.
Yes, that was a great call.
Yeah, it's perfect.
So you
I missed it.
Yeah.
I listened to the stream and I was like, okay, he says buy Green Cthulhu, but then of course I am busy, like life gets in the way, and so I just missed it.
Correct.
You mean you can't just buy a digital toy, Mike? You got to actually do life stuff instead of buying digital toys?
No, it sucks. So Rob, what are you looking at on your return? So what's your plan with your Green Cthulhu?
So my plan is, I bought it for 50. It's reselling for around 240 right now, which is pretty good.
Yeah,
good.
5x. I mean, that's really good.
But my plan is, so I'm gonna kind of see what it does today. I'm gonna let a little bit of hype build. the Discords go crazy. Second day of Comic-Con, I'm thinking the price will go up maybe a little bit tomorrow. So my plan is to sell it tomorrow and put it towards the ghost trap.
I heard that there's going to be like a Comic-Con mechanism where like if you own all the daily drops, you can get exclusive offers on like a 6th drop.
Ooh, interesting.
So I'm gonna put $200 into VeVe this week.
You're doing it right now.
And
You're gonna buy 200 gems, and PO, get anything you possibly can. I mean, I wanted the bunny too. The bunny sold out. I had no opportunity to get the bunnies.
So help me understand. So I get the app on my phone, right? And then the drops happen, and I just have to be really fast with my finger. Is that it? I just need to be. That's literally it. It's like I got to be so fast with my finger.
You have to have gems loaded up, get ready to go, and then as soon as you the trick is you hold the button down, and then when it gets to 0, you let the button go, and that's supposedly.
So you're holding it. You're holding it as the timer goes until it's live.
You share
and then
the
you
trick.
let go.
It's on many people. Many people talk about that.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm literally going like that, and I pull it away, and then boom, and I buy anything, and everything is appreciating right now because it's being slept on.
Well, everything's being sold out. I mean,
everything is being sold out. Hold on. That's a key. Everything is selling. Is it?
Yeah, we're like February of Nifty Gateway is where we're at right now with VeVe.
Yes.
Okay.
My recommendation would be buy the first Marvel drop.
Hell,
dude, this Mondo one that I think a lot of people are
Bill and
talking about.
Ted Excellent Adventure, dude. It's Bill and Ted Excellent Adventure. Two
the Back to the Future
poster, and one was Back to the Future. Yeah, Back to the Future. I'll take any of. I would like all of them.
Yeah.
I want Bill and Ted. I like that the best. That'd be cool. I already have the DeLorean.
Yeah, that's. Oh, but dude, you could get the DeLorean poster for your DeLorean.
For my DeLorean, I have my poster and then my DeLorean next to it.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty sick.
That's pretty sweet. Okay, so we got 65 for the DeLorean poster, 65. So they're all $65. That's not bad. That's easy entry. They're about 2,000. Looks like about 2,000 for each edition.
I like that.
I'm going to get into it. I'm going to start looking. Watch me just start getting smoked on VeVe too. If that happens,
VeVe's not going to make it.
Jump out of here. We're out of here.
Now that Pio, the news has made it around to Pio, so it's like, okay.
We're out.
They're still going to sell out.
I didn't even know you made that now. I know you did that. How'd you do that? You figured out Restream better than me.
That's awesome.
No, I'm about to get rich off of VeVe, and I'm going to be the VeVe CEO, or just, I don't know, the VeVe like speculator. Watch out for it. I'm trying to talk to VeVe Flipper. He's pinging me on Twitter, telling me about deals, and he's talking about some Dragon Girl and stuff. I'm like, dude, I don't even know what this stuff is. I got to like get the app and start looking.
Hey, the good thing with these VeVe drops is you're in for $65. It's not like Nifty Gateway where we were all in on the Justin Roiland drop for $1,500. It's like
all of us.
Yeah, it's like $65. It's like if it turns out to be bad, you still have a cool Back to the Future poster to look at, or a Bill and Ted poster to look at. So it's like at the end of the day, that's like a lunch or a couple lunches in a week or a week of Starbucks or something.
Well, there's a lot of room for appreciation, right? There's a lot of room for appreciation if you're going to only charge $65.
True. Yeah, it's easier to go from 65 to 250 like Rob saw than it is to go from 1,500 to 3,000 because you got to find someone who's going to be willing to pay that really big price. But at the lower end, it's easier to get a 5x. So yeah, very true. So that being said, everybody be careful with your purchases.
My ghost trap's sitting about 650 right now, so I'm watching that ghost trap.
That's nice. Oh, is this your? Is this the hall of overpaid?
Oh man,
this is art though.
This is my stuff. So this is mine. This is like literally. Thank you. Yeah, like picture the Marines getting ready to train. And all those bags, like those heavy ass bags. That's me. I'm just like literally lugging these things, like walking with these bags right now. But I would, but the thing is I've been looking at this recently. I'm like, all right, well, I love Tom U's stuff. I love it. Nike with the Legos, I love it. So I'm just in for all my Tom U's. This piece by Justin Mahler on a digital display will be super sick. So I'm like, whatever.
Justin Mahler's a big deal, and the story behind what he did, I think especially Flood, the emotional. Sorry to cut you off, dude.
Oh, good, man.
The emotional stuff that he was going through when his mom was dying of cancer when he created this. If this had launched a month later or a month after, it would be one of the quintessential pieces, in my opinion. I think that Flood is a powerful, powerful piece.
Well, I didn't even know that, so that's even better. The Aku series, Micah Johnson, I'm bullish on that long term, dude. Like, it got a movie deal already. It's a super sick art style. The message is something everybody can get behind. Wait until other professional athletes start picking up on it that Mike is like doing his thing. We're only on chapter 2. If you own chapters 1, 2, and 3, he's giving you 2 copies of chapter 4 for free, 1 to hold and 1 to sell. So he's doing like some airdrop type of thing. But check out
a cool way to airdrop. I like that. So 2 to the holders.
That's perfect. And so Swagtrocity said there's some high sales recent. Oh, snap. This has come around, huh? I'm not gonna sell it, but damn. Oh man, Mike getting up to $1,600 on that second drop. All right. That's what I'm talking about.
Micah's in Christie's, and he might be coming on stream with us.
We got some sales.
Oh, that'd be cool to talk to him.
Joff, shout out to Joff and Talvier. They're making it happen.
Let me see the rest of that, Pio. Scroll down. Let me see the profile. What else you got?
He's selling it.
He's selling it right now. He's like, sell. Get off my bag.
I need some penguins. Sell that, Micah.
I'm gone. I can't hear anything. Just talk. I'll shut up.
All right. Well, we want to see the rest of your collection.
I want to see the rest of your collection.
We want to see the bags. If you can hear us.
Can you hear us? He's thinking about selling right now. He's heavily considering it.
Oh, Chris! Shout out to Christian. He has a big collection today.
Yeah. All right. What else you got here?
Oh, he's trying to get set up.
Oh,
it's funny when Bitcoin Angel came out and Trevor Jones set that 77,777 price target. It seemed like it was going to be a week away, but man, that looks like it's going to be an eternity now. Oh, he's got some Ted's Little Dream. Oh, he's got those critters, Pio and his critters.
He's got some faces.
The faces are cool. His little insane critter down there on the bottom row, and I think he has some other critters too. If I recall Pio being like, maybe it was Nick.
Oh god.
No, it was me. I bought the critters. I was like,
No.
All right, so no, Nick went all in on this. So Nick
went all in on
money into this, which is hysterical. So I'll sell anyone in the audience right now. Anyone in the audience can buy this off of me for $10,000. I'll sell this to you for 10 grand, but not a dollar less. Okay. So this is hilarious. Okay. This is like literally the worst in terms of performance. I'm not like attacking the guys that made this, but performance wise, this is like fall flat on its face before anything else fell flat on its face on Nifty Gateway, and it cost $1,111. So it's just basically like taking over $1,000 and throwing it out the window immediately. But it does have like it's just like so bad it's good. So I'm like, whatever. But no, like I'm happy with this collection. There's nothing in here that I would just want to get rid of, but it does just hurt that I paid like over $1,000 for this one, and the last sale was $250. It is pretty tough. But once I have that Black Dove display, once we get that sponsorship locked up and you see the Black Dove display behind me, you know that these are going to be proudly displayed, especially these dank Tom U pieces are just going to be behind me,
Yeah, that it's crazy that Blake Catherine one has gone down so much, because that's a legit, like, pretty good piece of art right there. So I think for a while back I was trying to get one for 500. Now I see it's down to 250. I might splurge on that one at some point pretty soon.
My wife's been a huge Blake Catherine fan for a long time. I'm actually now We're probably
Now
gonna
we're all going to be buying. We're going to be bumping up the market.
Blake.
No, but you know what's crazy about the critters? Imagine if that had been a nifty project that dropped like a week ago. It would have probably completely sold out. Like that kind of silly, like serialized art would have done great as a nifty project. It just was kind of terrible when you viewed it in the context of what Nifty Gateway was dropping at the time, which was a lot of really good art pieces. Like that's where like Nifty Gateway is kind of in a weird spot because they have great artists and really great art pieces. Although then there's some like weird outliers that'll kind of sneak in, and then you're like, well, this just is weird. And I think that Critters one was maybe just another one that's kind of weird is John Bergerman. Like
I just bought a Blake Catherine.
Nice, awesome. Like Bergerman is kind of like he tried to do like a collection style thing on Nifty Gateway. I'm not sure how it did, but he kind of felt like
it did good.
It did do
the
good.
Pizza Punks. The Pizza Punks was the last thing on Nifty Gateway that mooned.
Okay, so like, but it's
except
kind of
for Noe.
Oh, nice.
Noe might moon because it was only $250.
It's already doubled. The floor is over 500.
I believe it. I was thinking about that today. I was like, Noe's gonna moon.
So like back when Nifty Gateway was smaller and like no one knew what Nifties were, I think having that really eccentric set of artists worked better than now where people are like comparing Nifty Gateway more to like Maker's Place or Foundation or any of these other art focused sites. And so I think it's weird. It's great. I mean, it's crazy that that collection did really good. I'm a little bit surprised, but that's awesome. He does have a big following, so I'm not too surprised. But I think like I still don't know what home Nifty Gateway has, other than kind of being the premier marketplace for a while. I think now, what is their home? I'm curious to kind of see how it plays out.
They have to make improvements. They definitely have to make improvements, but it's not all over. It's definitely not over. So I want to see. Practice and Apply said Faces is good too. Blau announced royalties for collectors. I have 2 Faces. When did he announce that? I'm going to get royalties for having Faces?
You get Bitcoin airdrop.
Perfect.
You're going to Bitcoin airdrop into an Ethereum wallet. So it's like, it just be locked up.
It's perfect.
Hey,
so
oh, sorry. But before we do Rob, can we spend 5 minutes? I want to pump Christian for like 2 minutes. I'm going to pump. It's going to be blatant. And I love Christian and he's the best. And then we'll talk about the Ducks and Rob. And there's so many. I love the engagement that we have. And y'all are all, you are so beautiful, every one of you. But our boy Christian he launched his cheapest piece ever, and like, don't buy it if you think you're going to make money off of it, but buy it because you want to support the artist. He did his first one of 100, and just because he's on, like, I think it's like really pretty art, and he loves fabric, and I just think it would be cool to like give him a little bit of. And I don't even know if they're for sale right now, but
there's a link to it in the Discord in the general. So of course, full disclosure, I know me and Malachi both bought one today because we think it's cool.
I'm buying it too.
So definitely check that out. It's a sweet piece.
Here it is.
And then we'll go to Rob. Yeah, but I want to give him a little bit of time because he works so hard on his art. And his Discord, if you are an artist and you're watching this and you want support and you want to do cool stuff, like, he supports so many artists. It's just incredible what he does. And this is his first kind of similar to Noe type drop. It's just cool and it's affordable. And most of the time his stuff goes for 3+ ETH.
He's accepting offers on this, people. Pull out those MetaMasks. Let it roll.
Yeah, he's given some tips on what to offer in the Nifty Culture Discord. So I guess we can get a little bit of self-promotion out of this. So if you want to see what he recommended as far as offers go for the first 50 and the second 50, then go check out Nifty Culture Discord and go to the general channel, and you can kind of see what he kind of put in as offers he's willing to accept. So check that out, and then go see his piece on Maker's Place.
And the only thing he's like, once again, not financial advice. Like, he did make us a Nifty Culture NFT because he's awesome. That's it.
Well, what people also need to know is that Copenhagen, Denmark, the economy over there needs an Ethereum injection. So if you want to directly just inject some Ethereum into Denmark, buying Christian's artwork is a direct way to do that. You're taking money from outside of Denmark, unless you're already in Denmark, and you're sending it right into Denmark. So that's what we need to do. We need to support our European artists. And yeah, I mean, this is a sick piece. So let's switch gears to Rob's absolutely dank, legendary Nifty Gateway collection. Just one second, and Rob
cry.
is Rob is becoming the resident VeVe expert, but we can't forget that he was the first one to Nifty Gateway. So check it out.
Ooh,
Rob,
look at that.
which one you want to talk about, bro? There's a lot.
I mean, all these are so badass. I mean, dude.
Wow, look at this
People-
one, dude.
I love that. I love that because it's a 1 of 10,
Woof.
8 of 10.
Oh, the Jose
all this,
Delbo, yeah.
This is all original drop stuff, dude. This is all OG drop. No
Some
secondary.
of Rob's stuff you
Have you
can't really
sold-
tell what the value is because there's so few.
No one's ever sold.
There's like no liquidity. Rob
Correct.
has a whole bunch of zero liquidity pieces. So like, what's
That's
it worth?
correct.
Well, who knows? You just got to auction it off on like Christie's or something.
Have
Now,
you
like-
sold a single piece?
Yes, I mistakenly sold that
M&M
that
piece.
one that really one cool one that you like, Mad Dog Jones. The Mad Dog Jones
which
one that I
one?
got for like $35. The phone booth one. I got the phone booth one.
Oh,
Oh,
And I
man.
sold it. I sold
man.
it guys for like I sold it for like $100-$200.
oh no.
Not gonna make it.
Not gonna make it for sure.
That hurts.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Yeah.
I missed all. I was on Nifty Gateway when Mad Dog Jones did a lot of his drops, and there was just too much going on, so I missed it. Life got in the way. Are you targeting me with that?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. That's true.
It's
Hey,
just
let's-
on the top right. You can't. We
see.
can't pick where it goes.
Oh, okay. I got you. Let's see what else we got.
What else we got in there, Pio?
I mean, the ferocious one I'm looking at now is crazy, and I bet at its
I
peak,
love
this
that.
thing,
I will not sell that one. I love that one.
dude.
that'd
I
be
want to
really
see the
cool.
highest sale. What do you think the highest sale is on this thing? Yeah, look, it sold for $9,500 on June 21st. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a $20,000 sale at one point on this. 22,500 in March at the peak. So that's pretty crazy. Last sale was 4,000.
Yeah.
That's definitely one of Ferocious's best pieces.
I love the Alex
That
Gray
specific
stuff.
one.
Allison Gray and Alex Gray, that psychedelic stuff. Faces.
I'll pull it up. So we don't know though what the story is with this royalty, this dividend that we're going to get on Faces, do we?
It's
No, I don't
coming
know.
out. It's TBD. There's actually some legal stuff that they're going through right now where like I'm not smart enough to talk about it at this point on a Friday night, but
These are awesome.
Blau's trying to figure it out.
These are great. These Allison Gray and Alex Gray, these are great. This is their first drop ever. These are fantastic if you know these guys. Fantastic physical art, beautiful messaging and spiritual guidance. Very, very cool people. They have full moon ceremonies you can watch. They have equinox and all sorts of really cool ceremonies that you can go on their YouTube channel and check out. They're badass.
That's cool. When did you
Highly
when did
recommend
you
it.
pick this one up? Is this
That was on their drop. That was
was
like
it a 2020 or was it a
2021.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
like a
oh, so it's
month
more
ago.
recent. Okay.
But you can scroll down there and see maybe. Pio, you can scroll down there and tell you what it is. But
Yep.
I remember being very excited about that one.
Dude, Lucky One has Alex
Okay,
Gray
April.
tattooed. That's crazy. You and Lucky One. You
Oh,
need to buy
see?
you need to buy an
Badass, bro.
orange 8 now. You should buy an 8. You should sell your Ferocious for an 8. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
I guess you.
But I mean,
That's
get an eight.
crazy. Sophisticated used to talk about that a lot. As like valuing something, you need to value it in terms of what other art pieces you can get, and that really makes things complicated. Like as apes get more expensive, like the potential for people to be like, well, shoot, I could go get a couple of other things. Same as people used to do on Nifty Gateway, like when Beeples went way crazy. Like if you sell a Beeple for $100K, then you can go and get like at least 100 other pieces of art for that. even back when it was boom times. So you really only needed to strike gold that one single time for a lot of these pieces.
So this isn't loading, but this is Kenny Scharf, who seems to be holding his value pretty damn well, which I'm not surprised about because he literally made art with Basquiat back in the 80s. This piece right
Original
here, so
drop.
sick, man.
Original
so
drop.
sick.
I like that
Unbelievable.
a lot. Hey, see that?
I have no problem with Kenny Scharf. I think he is a good artist, and I respect his history. And he's definitely kind of like super knowledgeable on art stuff. I just that piece, the scanning on it, always like felt weird for me.
Well,
It's too obviously hand drawn. It's too obviously hand drawn and like on a sheet of paper and scanned in for me. I don't know. I'm not saying it's not a great piece, and obviously it's worth a lot of money, but
I have two of his, I believe.
Oh, you do? Which other one do you have? Do you remember?
I thought I did. Did I not?
No, I think you only have one, dude. I'd remember if there was a second one. That'd be pretty sick because his other stuff is super dang too. Of course, it won't load. Like, I do expect that the site like have improvements be made on it at some point. It's kind of tough.
They're about to release a big update. Like Duncan talked about it today.
This is my wife's. So scroll down for hers, and you can see the crypto bull.
Dude, wow. Yeah. Wow.
That one is
there
awesome.
You go, baby. Look at that.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Picasso's bull, baby. Wow.
Yeah, that's sick.
And then Picasso comes through at the end, right?
Uh-huh. And his name, super cool. I love that.
Damn.
Yeah. Right?
It's crazy, man. It's a crazy piece. Your wife's got some good stuff. Oh, she's got a Whizbee. Here we go.
We were debating to get that out. I was like, that's your risk. You buy it. You buy it. It's all you.
Yeah, those were kind of like a nifty gateway bubble item. I've always felt whenever I saw the Winklevoss brothers pick up the orange gummies, like buy out the market on the orange gummies, I was like, that's a little bit weird. That always
I like this.
Sorry, and I get caught up in the comments. Directive creator, who's a big person. Do we want to talk about the door, or do we want to leave the door alone? All the Marcus Aurelius, a bunch of people we interact with, they think that we haven't given.
Talk about the door. Talk about the door. Let's go. Talk about the door.
Rob, did you even look at the door? Were you ever into the door?
I don't know the door.
All I know about the door is that I think I told you to sell yours, didn't I, Malachi?
I didn't buy it. No, I asked you, like, well, it's on sale. I was like, this looks cool. I need to buy it. And you're like, don't do it.
Yeah, I totally called that one wrong. That was stupid.
It's
one of those ones where it's like, it's really simple and you're like, what the hell? But then later you're like, it's kind of funny. It's like a mind twister. It's like looking at a mind twister, like a puzzle.
It's so obvious.
And I didn't respect it until everybody went crazy for it. And I was like, okay, I'll give it a second thought. And then later when I gave it a second thought, I was like, it is kind of just, it makes some neurons in your brain kind of fire when he starts jerking them back and forth and they're all kind of going, I think. And that to me is like art that can actually elicit like something in your brain is on me a higher level than art where it's like, okay, well, it's nice to look at, or it's a well done rendition of something. So I think I steered you very poorly, and so
I would have screwed it up anyway. I would have paper handed it for like $50, so don't feel bad.
What's the floor on these?
Oh, 1 second. Probably that's probably a lot. It is last sold for. The last sale was $7,400.
Jeez.
Whoa. Griffin Cock Foster bought it. Both Cock Foster twins bought them recently, or in late May.
Yeah. So
$6K.
Liquidity is kind of dried up on those. Probably, I bet you could, like this guy's trying to sell it for $5,300. I bet you could probably knock a couple grand off that and probably get somebody to sell you one. But
like 1.5 ETH, maybe.
Yeah. That being said, I mean, that piece, what was the original price on it?
Who's the artist
Very
on that?
low, I think. 6 and 5. It was $0.
No,
Oh,
it
that-
had to
that-
have been
605.
Okay.
6 and 5.
Yeah, that's
Sure.
that was a mistake. I should have.
No, you
After I slept on it, like that's why I always like to try to sleep on decisions, is because like the first time I saw it, I was like, this is stupid, and then later I slept on it, and I was like, well, it is kind of. It gets you like, I don't know. It's just kind of funny to watch. It gets you a weird reaction, and I think that's not easy to do, I'm sure, as an artist. So I like the depth from that perspective. So yeah, but would I pay 5,000 for one? No, I'd probably go try to just I like my Mad Dog Jones stuff a little bit better than that. Even with that reaction aspect.
Badass, dude.
This is Lucky One's arm.
Hell yes.
Super badass.
Oh, he's
And
got
with
it on the orange
background.
the orange background. If he gets married, he's gonna make us. I don't know if he's married, or I don't know his life situation, or male or female. If Lucky One gets married, they're gonna have like an orange background on everything. It's gonna be hilarious.
I do want to give some advice. There is this thing, and it's called Nevin. And if you know how to find Nevin's underground, and you've seen it today on this stream, and this is not a pump. We're not getting any money out of this, but there is an idea that is Nevin, and there is this person named Ted. And if you know, you know, and you can go figure it out. And Ted may be coming in, he may not be coming in. And part of crypto is secrecy and confusion and everything else. And if you can find Nevin on OpenSea, maybe it's beneficial, maybe it's not. I don't know.
All right, we'll leave you with that.
That was the
We'll
most
leave you
with that
non-pump
teaser.
pump I've ever heard.
All right. Yeah, like no one knows what's gonna happen, but maybe the real ones.
Let's
will
just
figure
stay
it
on
out.
for like another minute. Just to
I gotta
keep it
go.
all awkward.
All right. Well, I'm gonna jump off. I genuinely
I
have
gotta
to
roll
go.
too, guys.
All right, we'll end it.
Yeah, I gotta roll.
Everyone join our Discord, please join our Discord, like, comment, and subscribe on these videos. We are getting better at YouTube, and YouTube is recommending our stuff to more people, and that's very good for us to stay motivated to do these as often as we do. Rob is becoming the VeVe master. He is literally getting ingrained with the VeVe community. We've got another VeVe influencer coming on next week. We're gonna bring on more and more people. It's just been a great time. Great working with you guys so far, and let's keep building this thing.
Rock and roll, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
See you guys.